Well, our Ninja is officially 12 years old today. 12 years old. Almost halfway to having historic plates at 25. And hopefully my goal is I would love to be around when I get the historic plates for this bike. And needless to say, that might or might not happen. I don't know. But we're going to go out back roading today, and shouldn't be much traffic. It's a beautiful, beautiful fall day for a ride. Well, it looks like what we have is another day of unpredictable weather. The weatherman can't make up his mind if it's going to rain or not rain, snow, or have a tidal wave. I don't know. I don't know. But we do want to get out on the open road. That's always the case. And we're preparing as we're going on our journey here through life. We're trying to get all our projects lined up for that winter season, that 3-month time that we like to work on the motorcycles. Now, the number one job, of course, the number one thing I'm thinking about is the rims for the MT-09. It seems like the last 3 or 4 years in a row we've done at least one set of rims over the winter. We're right now thinking of making these silver to match the R1, but in my world, things change. Sometimes you don't even know they're going to change, and they change very, very quickly. And one of last year's project was the rims for the GS, and I think these came out as good as pretty good, in fact. And the fact that Dallas liked them, when you can please Dallas, you know you got some good quality stuff. Yeah, that did come out nice. But we do have other projects for the GS. We have a rear steel brake line, and thank you Joe Padula for the front ones. The rear line I want to get on, and of course I still haven't had time to mount the discs. It's making me crazy. I don't have time to do this, but I don't want it, the whole objective here, they don't want to give up a riding day that I could be riding to work on the bikes, because in this part of the world, there's an awful lot of days that you really don't want to ride, or you can't ride, one or the other. And we still haven't figured out how to mount our radar detector. See, it's real easy. And for anybody who doesn't have a Jivy bag mount, the Jivy bag mounts to modern bikes with the 3 screws, they make all of these variations, it's no problem at all. On an older bike like a GS or an RD, you don't have that ability to do that, so I'd have to make something custom, and for sure I haven't figured out how to do that yet. And as always, we're constantly working on our RD, always trying to make upgrades, trying to make it run a little sweeter, a little better, a little longer, or whatever, but it's always challenging working on these old bikes. And I won't let the cat out of the bag, but I have a couple of very cool surprises that I'm working on, and I think you'll be impressed if they ever work out. We'll find out in the near future. Oh, the birds are so hungry this morning. Oh, the farm chores are all taken care of, and we're ready to get on the open road. And early in the morning like this, when the sun is just coming up over the horizon, I think about that whole winter we spent restoring this bike. Every minute of it is worthwhile. And we'll be enjoying it on a blue skies day. Probably shouldn't be any clouds at all. That is one mean looking front end. And it's blue skies. Absolutely blue skies. Just no end to the nice back roads up here, and every time I ride I find some new ones. Just a great place to ride. Now I'm always
always amazed at how they could just dig into the side of a mountain like this and put a road. That's pretty cool. I've been looking at this for the last couple of weeks. Pretty impressive. Just like Devil's Tower, that's another thing amazes me. How they can just make these things happen.
Now, I've painted a lot of custom wheels for my own bikes and for Glenn's and Vince's and other people, of course. And every one of them is a challenge. Every one of them is interesting. And actually, they're all out on our channel. If you're interested in doing custom wheel painting, boy, there's a lot of good tips out there.
Look at that sky, not a cloud in the sky, not one cloud. What a day.
Now, the lower forks that we've been experimenting with have worked out really better than I thought they would. They've actually made the bike feel a little more aggressive, more like a sport bike. Since this really is a sport tourer, it makes it feel more like a sport bike and a little less like a tourer.
No, I've had this set of Michelin 2s on since I did the restoration. They are really holding up good. Surprisingly good.
Now, here's one of the features of this bike that I think is exceptional. You don't even see this on the video. What you can do with this bike that's nice, you can ride aggressively. You can ride it like a sport bike. Or you can just sit back and relax and go on a like a touring bike would. It is super, super comfortable. And even after 3 or 4 hours, it's very comfortable.
Now this is one of the first days I noticed, here's what's happening. The leaves are starting to come down. Leaves are blowing out into the street. Makes it a little more interesting than when the roads are perfectly smooth.
Now, during the restoration of the bike, I made 5 custom carbon fiber parts. The side panels the kick plates, and the nose piece under the windshield, and they've all held up exceptionally well. There's not a scratch in any one of them. So I was real happy to see how that played out.
Little island out there in the lake. Pretty cool.
Now, ever since I got the MT-09, it's spoiled me for wanting a quick shifter on all the bikes. And when I ride a bike, somewhere on every ride, I think, boy, this would be a nice bike to have a quick shifter on. It really does spoil you, and it's a lot of fun.
That is the only downside of this time of year. You see all the crap in the street and all the leaves are going to start blowing in the street, but boy, it's worth it. You just got to watch for those slippery areas.
Now, I always get a kick. They put up these signs that the road has turns and coming up. Well, you know what's funny about this? This whole area is littered with places that are just one turn after another, one turn after another. There's almost no straights in the whole thing. A lot of them, they don't look real challenging until you try to put a little speed into it. And even at slow speeds, you come around a corner and you realize, ooh, it's a decreasing radius. Ooh, gee, this doesn't look that sharp until you get into the turn. And then you start thinking, wow, that's pretty sharp. Anyway, these are nice roads. It's a lot of fun. No matter what speed you go at, these roads are just beautiful to cruise on. And it's nice to take a break from some high-speed riding for at least some of the time.
I see all the big tall grass has gone to seed here, just like it has on the back of our property. I love those grasses. They really look nice this time of year. And of course, very low traffic here. Boy, that's what makes this area so nice.
Another thing totally spoiled me last winter with the MT-09 was having traction control. When the roads got full of leaves and then they salted the roads and then they had sand on them after the rain and snow melted. Not having traction control always and take it down a notch. And this bike has no traction control. This bike has really been an exceptionally good value for the money. All the riding I've done with it, it's just amazing how much fun you can have. This is not a $20,000 bike or some high-end bike. It's just the low end, actually, of the Kawasaki's.
Now, there's still some beautiful flowers and beautiful landscaping. But you gotta watch out for stuff in the road this time of year. That's the problem.
So it's time, as it is on every ride, to turn around and get back to the farm. Once we get back, I'm expecting the kids and Buddy to stop by for a visit, maybe for lunch, I don't know. But this puppy that used to be 8 pounds is now 40 pounds, and he is just more fun you can imagine.
So is my coffee ready? It is. Oh my God, I'm so happy. Beautiful day, huh? Yet another sweet ride for the Ninja. Oh boy, when I think about how many hours it took me to restore this bike and paint the wheels and do all the details of it, and today we reap the benefits. Hey, hope you did enjoy the video, and thanks so much for watching. So it looks like in the middle of this gorgeous day, our puppy is coming. Stacy and the puppy, and her friend Amy. It wasn't long ago this puppy was 8 pounds. I'm not sure he's more than 8 pounds now. Hey! Come on, buddy. Come on, baby. Guess who's here? Oh my God. Do you like Grammy? Oh God, he's gonna love it. There goes the makeup. Ah! So sweet. Don't lick my makeup off either. So this is what kohlrabi's, right from our garden. That Buddy is rejecting the kohlrabi's. He doesn't like kohlrabi's. Okay, Buddy, say goodbye to Grandpa and Grandma. Bye-bye, Buddy. Bye-bye.
So it really was a great day on the farm. Great day to see the kids and the puppy and everything. Just couldn't be better. And I know the fall season is just starting. The leaves are starting to fall. On a very short time, the leaves will be all yellow and red and everything. We'll get some beautiful photography work to share. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if this is one of the first times you've tuned into the channel, we try to post something almost every day. Motorcycle related, both rides and working on it. We try to share our passion for the world of motorcycles. It's all about having fun with motorcycles and your friends. And thanks for watching.